So I want to make a comment because the media world and all the commentators on the radio that I listen to and so many others, I'm sure, have been talking about the story about the president of the United States changing his position on same-sex marriage. So let me just say that I believe that this is an issue that it should be left up to each individual state under the 10th Amendment. I believe that we should treat every person with dignity and respect, that discrimination should be illegal, laws against it should be enforced and strengthened if need be, and that no matter what, the federal government has a right to enforce those laws against discrimination. I also think that DOMA has a right to exist, um, but I think that at the end of the day, it is really a state issue. And personally, I am not ready to endorse same-sex marriage. I don't know if my mind is open on the topic. I don't know if I can. At this point in time, I'm ready to, and I've said it before, I endorse a civil union. But I am not ready to endorse same sex marriage. I don't know if I ever will be. I could be. I'm really open to it. What I am not open to doing, though, is what I'm not open to doing is I believe that rights should be enforced between individuals. But let me just say that I'm not running for president of the United States, and therefore I really don't have to take a definitive position on this issue. I think a president of the United States should be open minded. I also think they should be able to make tough decisions. President Obama changed his position on same sex marriage 4 years ago in 2008. He took the position that he opposed same sex marriage. Now he changed his position. But the real problem that I have with the president's change of mind is that this is not the first time that he changed his position on that issue. He supported gay marriage, he opposed it, now he supports it again. The problem is the timing. The timing is months before an election, and literally the day before a big fundraiser with George Clooney and Robert Betty Ford Downing Jr. and others, the Hollywood crowd who obviously supports same-sex marriage. And what it really shows is, people go around and say that Mitt Romney changes positions, and there's no doubt there are a couple issues where Mitt Romney has shifted positions, but nobody pays attention to the president's flip-flops, and certainly he's had as many as Mitt Romney. Furthermore, Mitt Romney at least has a record to run on, whereas the president doesn't. This really comes down to more of an integrity issue. I think that it's safe to say, Mitt Romney was running for president for the first time in 2008. He changed his position 3 years before the election on the issue of abortion, for instance. President Obama changes his position a few months before the election. So it really is kind of, I think this is the answer to the question of was this purpose or not. I think that this was politically calculated. I also believe that Vice President Biden spoke from the heart. I don't believe President Obama. I'm not sure that President Obama did. Um, and the reason I really say this is because the vice president is not somebody who I agree with most of the time. But there's one thing you cannot say about Joe Biden, and that is that he does not do things for politics. In fact, to be quite frank, if he was from another state that was not as Democrat as Delaware, he probably would have lost an election because of all of his misstatements over time. President Obama, on the other hand, is a calculating politician, and he certainly changed his position before an election. I don't know whether Barack Obama opposes same sex marriage or supports it um, deep down in his inner core. I know that Joe Biden does. Because even if you look at how they explained their change in position, the way that if you really read into it or just listen to how they talked about it or how they worded it, you could tell that Joe Biden is speaking from the heart, but the president isn't. I don't believe that. Um, I don't know whether it was politically calculated, but I can tell you that Joe Biden held his position, that he supports same-sex marriage. I'm not convinced the president really. I don't know where the president stands because, like on so many other issues, he's doing what is politically right for him because this president wants to be reelected. But I think the main purpose of having talking about this issue now is after this horrible unemployment report in which we now find out that fewer Americans are in the labor force than in 30 years. This is meant as a distraction. What is this election going to be about? Certainly, foreign policy is going to be an issue, but the main issue is going to be three things: jobs, the debt, and health care. And Mitt Romney has effectively turned the polling situation around to benefit him on the economy. So the president wants to run on social issues, which the Democrats did not want to run against. They accused the Republicans of trying to run against social issues during the '04 election cycle between President Bush and John Kerry. Now it's kind of reversed. But we have to focus on the economy. The president is going to have to defend his agenda, and we'll let people decide if that's what is right for the country.
I think people understand that I'm a man of steadiness and constancy. I don't think you're going to find somebody who has more of those attributes than I do. I've been married to the same woman for 25, excuse me, I'll get in trouble, for 42 years. I've been in the same church my entire life. I worked at one company, Bain, for 25 years, and I left that to go off and help save the Olympic Games. If I'm president of the United States, I will be true to my family, to my faith, and to our country, and I will never apologize for the United States of America.
I'm Mitt Romney, and I approve this message.